And we're back. I have not streamed for a while. I was sick, doing some other stuff like, folded up in a ball, being miserable. But back on some Bitcraft because I've got a big patch coming up on Thursday, if you haven't heard about this one. I'm going to go over it a little bit. I think the news came out a couple days ago. At least that's what this post is dated as. But I'm just going to work on some bricks here for my storehouse. Make sure I eat a little buff food here. I've been making a lot of bricks because I'm trying to build a storehouse for my claim. I kind of sprained my back earlier today at work, so I'm a little uncomfortable, but I'm going to try and power through it. So we're talking about this big update. This might be the most interesting update I've seen so far for Bitcraft, because we're actually getting 4 temporary regions. Again, this is coming out on Thursday, which, because I don't normally work Mondays, but I went in today, I can trade my Monday for Thursday. So I'm actually going to be taking Thursday off so I can get into this. Kind of hype. I've been playing a bunch of other MMOs. I'm kind of a MMO juggler, but Bitcraft is still my main game. I'm approaching 2,000 hours on this thing, so obviously I like it a fair bit. But let's see what this note has. Maybe some of you have already heard about this, maybe you haven't. But coming up on June 11th, we're going to have 4 new temporary regions. There's going to be a north, south, east, and west, because we have 9 regions like a tic-tac-toe board. They're going to add like 1 at each cardinal direction. There's going to be 4 new biomes, a new world event, a new empire resource system tied to new watchtowers, new profession gameplay for 8 professions, new movement related stats, a new trinket equipment slot, 10 unique upgradable trinkets sourced from the new regions. Most of the content can be done within each region individually. Most. I think I heard that the world event was going to cycle around to different ones. Because I'm region 18, I'll be going mainly to the northern one, which will be called... The northern one will be called Region 23, like Michael Jordan. I don't have my water bottle, but I don't need it immediately. I'll get it here in a second. So yeah, that kind of stew on that introduction there for a second while I get some dip here. All right, so that was kind of like the overview. Now we're gonna get into more of the detail stuff. Sailing, movement stats, and trinkets. The devs are adding a major boost to sailing wind effects, along with new deployable speed stats for sailing speed, mount speed, cart, and wagon speed. There will also be new equipment and consumables that boost these stats. That's really interesting because of the racing at my Thunderdome arena. So there's now going to be like equipment and consumables that will help you go fast, so that'll actually give you a little cutting edge on the racetrack. A new trinket slot is being added as part of equipment presets, meaning your trinket can change when you swap loadouts. So that's cool. Be able to have 2 trinkets. Cause yeah, I have the just the encrusted ones for crafting and gathering, and then I have like a cheapo depot like evasion amulet, I think, for my combat set. It's just like a tier 3 evasion. Yeah. me re-up my energy and I'll get on to the next note. Let's put some of these bricks in the kiln while we're tapping, right? Oh, I need the ash, right? I always forget the ash. I think there's a Rumba around the corner here. Yeah, he's right there. What up, Rumba? Let's get some ash. And I don't know how many bricks we're gonna make. Maybe like we'll start with like say, let's grab 200, not 2,000. Let's get we're gonna make at least 200 bricks. So we'll start with that. Let's load it up. I only got 50 on hand, but there's a lot more in the wagon. Hell yeah. I'm gonna put these in here. These are my finished T1 bricks. Yeah, got 100 of those. Alright, so let's get back to tapping. Alright, let's get back to those notes. Liking what I see so far. So we got trinkets and a new currency. There'll be 10 unique upgradable trinkets, all sourced from the new temporary regions. Not all trinkets may come from crafting. Some may come from different activities or sources in the region. Example trinket stats mentioned. Profession power. That's like how much damage you do with your tool, I'm guessing. Crit multiplier. I haven't gotten into any of the new crit stuff, but I guess that's, you know, for getting more progress. Sounds fun. I just haven't, I think that's tied to prospecting, and I really don't like prospecting. But I might be interested in buying some of that stuff off the market. But, okay, so we got combat cooldown multiplier for the Slayer enjoyers, evasion, max stamina for the AFK enjoyers like myself, experience rates for the leaderboard climbers, mount speed trinket for my racers, my Thunderdome Arena racers, sailing speed for my big game fishers, and other combat stats. So these trinkets, it sounds like they got something for all kinds of play styles. These trinkets are upgraded using a new currency earned from activities in temporary regions. And I believe these temporary regions are going to last for like 10 weeks. So it's like a smash and grab. It's like a Diablo season. Like it's get in there, get out. Which it comes at a perfect time because like I finished my arena and we've tried to run 2 events. One, we actually got some dueling and racing done. That was like the grand opening, and then, you know, we'll call it the opening. But then I tried to do a second event right afterwards, but I ended up getting sick and couldn't do it. And I felt really bad about that because I was just trying to get that thing off the ground. But now that this seasonal content is coming in, we get to kind of play around with that, and then when people, you know, want to break from that after 10 weeks, I can transition back into arena stuff. So that's kind of the plan going forward. 10 weeks, that puts us, what, in like August? So it'd be like basically the whole summer. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna see how much we can do with this seasonal. So let's get back to the notes. A new world event. The devs teased a new event tied to the temporary regions. They did not give many details because they want it to be a surprise, but they said it may happen once per day or more. Having more players present should increase the rewards for each player. So this sounds like content that encourages group participation. I like that. I like the group participations. So now we have the 4 new biomes. First we have the Uncharted Ocean. That's really just the ocean. But it's an ocean-style biome, of course, with a different mix of resources than a normal ocean. It has all tiers of ocean fish. New fish, more than 2 times the sailing flotsam, those little loot boxes, and potentially unique sailing cargo. It sounds kind of interesting. So this is going to be a very resource-rich ocean. There's going to be no reason to be sailing and fishing in the regular ocean when this Uncharted Ocean is up, I'm telling you. I'm definitely going to be getting into some fishing. I'm up to like 60 fishing, so I can get a lot of different tiers. So that's cool. Next we have the Deserted Beach, a classic desert-style biome. Sailing cargo can wash up on shore here along with a mix of new and familiar resources. So they'll be doing a little bit of digging for treasure there. It seems kind of pirate flavored, like kind of like we're taking a little vacation to the Caribbean. I like it. I've also been getting back into Sea of Thieves. Don't hate. Just kind of casually. But we like boat games. We like to see them. So those are the first 2. Next we have the Tropical Canopy. This is similar to a jungle biome. So it's going to be kind of like our mid-range zone. This is where players may find new Empire resources and New World activities. Generally, in the jungle too, you have like more like mid-game mobs, like the Queen or the drone or whatever, or the soldier bug or whatever. Lastly, we have the Volcanic Crag, home to some of the new profession gameplay, new resources, and familiar resources. So this is kind of like the end game zone. So you have the ocean, you got the easy peasy beach, you got the tropical canopy, and you got the volcanic crag. I like it. You know, it's just like a few, but they're all unique, they're distinct, and they kind of have like an ascension to them, I'm imagining. So I'm going to top off my energy here. I would hate to be reading and not making bricks, so we're going to take care of that. Alrighty then. So those are the 4 regions that we got. Now we're going to talk about the Empire resources and watchtowers. The Empire system carries over into the temporary regions, but these regions will not have normal hexite deposits. Instead, they introduce a new type of Empire resource. Each watchtower in the new regions will contain one of these resources, making every watchtower valuable. Non-Empire players will also have ways to collect these resources, so watchtowers are an additional source for Empire players, but they're not the only source. And what are we going to use these resources for? Maybe making the unique trinkets? Doesn't really say explicitly, it just says these are new Empire resources that non-Empire people can get, so we'll have to kind of see. We'll just kind of have to click on these watchtowers and look out for other ways to get these new resources. So we have new profession gameplay. The June 11 update adds new gameplay for 8 of the 12 professions. It'll be forestry, foraging, farming, fishing, leatherworking, masonry, mining, and hunting. The devs also hinted that the new hunting gameplay loop does not use your bow. That's a hint. I like using my bow though, but I think it's going to be something like traps, because they've been messing around with like those like deployable, renewable things like the honeycomb or whatever, or the jam thing. I don't know. I haven't seen any. I haven't like done the new taming stuff, which yet. It seemed like like a lot of work to get some saggy birds, and I just need someone to explain it better to me, but didn't quite catch my eye. But the remaining 4 professions are planned for the June 25th update, which would cover tailoring, scholar, smithing, and carpentry. Alright, let's check in on my energies. Still pretty good. Alright, so important context on the profession content. The new profession gameplay is mainly aimed at Tier 2 to Tier 5. That's good, I suppose. Like, all of my skills are T5, T6, and a couple T7s. So I'm like 5, 6, 7. This is 2 through 5. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. Certainly for my professions that are 5, they're still in that wheelhouse, but it says it's going to use new placeable system combined with new mechanics the dev team has been working on. These gameplay loops are not permanent in their current form. Yeah, they did say that they were going to use these like these temporary zones to kind of like test stuff out. Like it'll be seasonal, and then if they like something or if they want to like fix it up a little bit, it might become evergreen. Yeah, the devs want to use player feedback from the temporary regions to help design future permanent. I just said that without reading that. Yeah, so it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. So there's going to be a lot of exploring to do. At this point in Early Access 2, the world is decently explored. We've done most of the things, and now we're just kind of making more of the things, or, you know, tearing it up. But we've seen, you know, we've built roads and cities all over every biome, everywhere. So it'll be nice to go to some virgin soil and kind of play pirate for a little bit. Kitty cat, you want to come up here? Yeah. You want to go up there? What are you trying to do? You want to go up to your nest? You trying to get a lap? You trying to get a lap? Okay. She's getting a lap. Okay. What else? Scheduled maintenance. This is important because, like I said, I'm planning to take Thursday off so I can get into this. Hello everyone, please note that Bitcraft Online will be inaccessible during the upcoming maintenance, scheduled for the times below. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and appreciate your patience and understanding. Maintenance is expected to last for 1 hour. Time and date. This is highlighted, so I'm assuming it's adjusted to my time zone, which I'm Eastern Standard, East Coast of America. So it'll be Thursday, June 11th at 9 a.m. That's good. So I can sleep in a little bit. We can expect servers to be on at 10. So I gotta like get up and like have my coffee and breakfast probably around 9 so that I can be ready for this thing to come up. Because I wanna be in there. I wanna be one of the first ones to break ground. Maintenance details. Bi-weekly update for Uncharted lands. Please note the maintenance start time and completion time is subject to change, of course. But that's what we're aiming at. It's 9 a.m. Eastern time, which is what? 1 p.m. UTC. I think UTC is +4 from me. So there it is. We're going to these new islands. We're going to find some new stuff. We're going to do some new activities, get some trinkets. I believe the trinkets are temporary. I don't know if they're going to last after the 2.5 weeks, but they are going to be kind of tasty. I'm sure there'll be like some cosmetics to find, maybe some achievements. now we're just making bricks. You know, I hope my sound is working. You know, I actually did a stream the other day where I was covering the Summer Game Show announcements with my friend, and I had to delete the video because my mic wasn't working like a minute in. So I'm gonna pop over here real quick to my dashboard. And I just want to make sure that I've got some sound still. Oh yeah, we got sound. Excelente. But yeah, I want to get back into a more regular streaming schedule. I've gone through a little bit of a rut where, like, you know, I was a little low energy and then I got sick. Kind of floundering on what it is I wanted to play, but I need to lock in. There's a new patch, and now's the time to get after it again. But outside of Bitcraft, I'm also planning on giving Guild Wars Reforged another look. I played it a little bit on launch. I didn't get very far, maybe like level 10 or something like that. And I was having fun, but I just, I got distracted by other things, which is always the case. Other than that, I have been progressing in hardcore WoW with my buddy. And I'm anxiously awaiting the big class overhaul in Monsters and Memories to get back into that. Trying to think where we left off. I was playing Paladin, and I think I was getting, level 15, something like that. Which is not very high, but it takes a long time to level in that game, so. But before we're going to take a break, play some other stuff while they redesign the classes. So, I did finish the 7.0 story in Final Fantasy Final Fantasy 14. So that's like the Dawn Trail leveling story. And then I was thinking about doing the post content, like the 0.1 through 0.5 patches. But my sub actually ran out, and I was like, honestly, that's perfect. I don't need to be running a WoW sub, a Final Fantasy sub, and trying to do these Uncharted lands right now. I'll probably keep the WoW sub on for playing hardcore as like a change up, but I'm mostly going to be focusing my attention on these Uncharted temporary islands. So, see how that goes. So I'll show you what I'm working on here. I'm working on a storehouse for my claim, and it takes a lot of materials, man. 15 timbers, 15 slabs, and then 3 of the others. And those are the 10-pack items, as I call them. So, it's a 20-pack for wood. So 15 times 20 is 600. That's 600 planks. And then 300 bricks. That's why I'm making green bricks right now. I need 300 green bricks. So I have a lot of raw resources on my claim, and I'm very scarce on storage. Even though I have a bunch of stockpiles, a bank, a bunch of chests, it's all full. It's all full. It's a little overwhelming, but I want to get back into it, and I figured the best way to get back into it was to build a storehouse so that I wouldn't have to worry about inventory. I'm also going to try and donate a lot of my raw resources to the any efforts towards building a temporary claim in the seasonal zones with the Ottoman Empire. We'll see how that goes. I got harangued by Heretic when I told him that. He was like, "You're really gonna build? You're gonna settle land that's just gonna disappear?" He's like, "That's a waste of time." And I'm like, "Man, I already built a damn It was like a tier 4, tier 5 claim in a damn jungle, knowing it was gonna get deleted. So I don't know. It's not a waste of time if you're having fun. You know, it's just a game. So whether they take it away now or they take it away later, you know, we can't take it to the grave, so don't worry about it. Alright, so I just finished all this potter's mix, but I don't think I want to do it all at once because there's still some space in these kilns. So maybe I'll break this up a little bit. Maybe I'll just do like a third of it and try and get some stuff in the kiln faster. Yeah. Let's do that. So we have 300 potter's mix. Let's consume like 30% of it, which would be like 100. Let's do 100. Damn, that's 17,000 effort. Maybe we do less. Let's do 50. Yeah, it's a bit more manageable, and we'll get that in the oven. We'll do it. We put 50 in the oven. We'll do another 50. What do we got for tasks going? Oh shit! 1 minute, dude. 1 minute. Gotta do sailing. Gotta do sailing. Always gotta do sailing. We got 1 minute. Alright. We do the marlin. What do you mean? Too far from target inventory. What are you talking about? Yeah, just put it in my background. Salt. Alright, swim. Do swim. I hope some people are gonna sell me some salt. We got 47 seconds. Can we do a Lessie? We're gonna do this one, and we're gonna do this one. Alright, quick. Sailing and taming are my top priorities. Boom, 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 boom. Hurry up. Someone else is getting last minute Alessi's as well. Cool. And then Rumba. I really don't want to give Rumba any of my square items because I'm using it for my claim. And merchanting, you know, is pretty low value right now. I don't have time to get my Slayer loot. It's in my house. That was nice. Traveler's berries. What? Quest item. You just leave that shit on the ground? What is this? A strange berry that brims with some hexite energy. These match the description of Rumba's lost berries. Huh. Well, I'm gonna bank those. Could be good. We're gonna put the salt away. Alright, now we're going back to making bricks. See if I have any money in the market. Yeah, we got 2K. I really need some people to, like, farm me some salt. Tell you what, I'll change the price to 10. I'm not even gonna make any profit. That's the traveler price. So we'll do that. Still got 45K. I'm at a point. I'm at full rares on all my gear. I got a couple of epics, but I need, like, you know, about 100K to get any upgrades from here on out. So I'm just kind of stacking cash. Let's go back to making bricks. This is good too, because masonry is one of my lower ones. It's 55. So yeah, I've got 5 professions left to get to 60. So masonry is one of the lower ones. Hunting and leatherworking is always the bitch. I don't mind. I can power level scholar kind of fast. Because I always have so much bark, and I can just do that making pages and whatnot. Tailoring, I got 2 more levels. That's not that bad. Masonry 5. Yeah, we're getting there. Going for base 60s now. On the skills side, got mostly 50s, and the stuff I care about. Taming, Slayer, sailing, cooking. Construction's a little bit far behind, but I don't really have a use for tier 5 construction at the moment. My claim's only level 3. Merchanting doesn't really have content, so I don't really mind that these two are behind. So I don't even do tasks for Heimlich, and it's my highest skill just because I have to cook to eat. I cook all my food. At least in Bitcraft, I don't cook my food IRL. I don't like cooking just for me. Do a lot of like easy food and takeout food. If I have at least one other person to feed, I'll cook from scratch like a motherfucker, but like, you know how it is. Yeah, my back really hurts. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna restock my energy. I have to eat a fish. Restock the energy. I'm gonna go get some Excedrin, because that's all I have in the house, and some water. See if I can get a little bit more comfortable. So I'll be right back in like 1 minute. Don't touch that dial. And we're back. Yeah. Kind of 50-50 on this whole back situation. Like, you know how it is. Sometimes you tweak it a little bit, you wake up the next day, you're fine. Sometimes you wake up the next day and it's a lot worse. It's very much like a coin flip. But, yeah. Tell you the other thing I've been getting into lately. I'm getting back on them idle games, those clicker rodder games. I've been playing Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, the D&D one. I started a fresh account because my other account was on Epic Games, and I've like lost the password. Don't even really care. I barely touched any of those free games I ever got on Epic. So yeah, I've been starting over on like the little D&D idle game. It's fun if you're into that kind of thing, but I do realize that they're kind of lame. But it gives me something to fidget with while I'm making bricks. So checking that out a little bit. And then the other one I've been checking out is Idle Clans, which is kind of like a RuneScape style idler, similar to, it's like a knockoff of Melvor. Let's see. Can we buy a chest? No, That's 7,500. Okay. Alright, that one's pretty well taken care of. We are decently juiced, so I'll minimize that. Now we'll open up the idle clans. It's funny, I got an achievement for buying a cardboard box that's like the first home that you live in. I'd set my guy to mining coal all day while I was at work. Mining coal sounds like what I do on X. Oh look, someone accepted my clan thingamabob. That's cool, man. No claimable loot. I'm not even really sure what I'm supposed to do in a clan, but we got quests. I want us to take out some white wolves. Credits per task. I can turn in some oak logs and some onions for sure. Cool. Now I'm the top contributor. W. They also want 252 carp. I have a bunch of quests. Yeah, there's like a lot more to do in the idle clans. Alright, so we got our batch of 50 bricks coming up. We're gonna drop. Oh, and the first batch is done. Look at that. Good timing. Do I have my cart with me? Make sure I have my cart with me. Alright, so we're gonna put 50 more in. Yeah, 50 is a good number to shoot for on these. You know, it's like one energy bar. I think I can do about 10k worth of effort on what I have. Oh. Alright. So let's see what kind of quests do I want to do. We have dailies back up now. Could do tomato farmer. I did want to get back into. I did pay. This is a free game, but you get more features. Like you can go above level 30 in certain skills if you pay the $10 for the game. It's like a one-time use. But I checked it out for a week and decided I liked it enough to give them 10 bones. So we'll farm some tomatoes. Excuse me. Just let that freaking cook a little bit. Got a little chest here. Some potions. Alright. And now we're just in chill mode. Kind of got all the updates out of the way. What else is there to say? Last Wednesday I saw there was a show in town. It was this guy who has the title, the Jimi Hendrix of the Middle East, and I'm probably gonna butcher his name, but it was something like Madao Mokhtar, and As a bit of a, guitar solo enjoyer, I thought he was pretty damn good. The crowd sucked though. They didn't realize that like this is like party music, and they were all just standing there like. And me and my cousin went to dance and have fun, and the owner of the establishment didn't take too kindly to that. He warned us. I mean, we weren't really being out of line. They were being out of line by just being lame. And I was validated on this point when, at the end, the guitarist there, the Mr. Mokhtar, he came up, shook our hands, and I ended up buying some vinyl off of him, and he signed it, which was very cool because it's very famous. I mean, I hadn't heard of him before, but I checked him out, and like he was playing at Coachella recently. He's kind of internationally famous. He's a very, very talented guitar player. So we had fun. I'm still on the fence as to whether or not I'm gonna go. I'll probably get a day pass to my local music festival. The last 3 years I've done all the days, as a weekend pass, but trying to save money, save energy this year, and the lineup isn't quite as good as it's been in previous years for me personally. But I might get a Saturday pass for Almost Dead. It's like a Grateful Dead tribute band. But not really trying to buy a ticket for the other headliners, which is Dirty Heads and Disco Biscuits. I mean, they're good. It's just not to my personal preference, especially when I'm trying to save some money. I'm trying to save up some money so I can go visit my uncle in Thailand. Him and his family are moving out there this summer. So I was thinking maybe in the fall or the winter. Probably winter. I don't know if I'll have the beans stacked up by the fall. And also I'm really kind of busy at the beginning of the fall with work. But maybe in the winter, to like escape the cold, I'll run off to the jungle and see what that's like. I haven't really traveled any further. I've traveled a lot in the country. Like I've been to 40 out of 50 of the states. I've been to Canada, I've been to Puerto Rico, but I haven't been outside of my continent of North America. So it'd be good to stretch out a little bit, go see what the hubbub is about over there in Thailand. Might be a fun place to escape to if my country ends up collapsing. But we won't get into that. We're chilling, we're making bricks. But I will be scouting it. Scouting it up. How are we doing here? The bit rate is terrible, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't really look like I'm dropping too many frames, but I'm experimenting with the enhanced broadcast. It's a beta feature with Twitch or Streamlab or whoever. I'm not a tech nerd. I'm just kind of a game geek. So I don't really know how it works. I'm happy when I press play and it works, and I don't understand when it doesn't work. Such is life. So we're coming up on another batch of brickos here. I need 300 total. Let's put these up over here. This might not completely do it, but it's a good start. Man, my back still smarts. Even sitting in this very comfortable lazy boy chair. Oh, there's 50 bricks. Hallelujah. Alright, now we make 50 more. Oh, I should have just done 51. Actually, this might be a 2 to 1. Let's see. Yeah, it's 2 to 1. So I'll have a leftover potter's mix. We can definitely do the wolves. Alright, so we're done with the tomatoes. I guess we could do sawing teak 60. Let's see, sawing teak. Sure. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get back on my regular schedule of like 7:30 to 9:30 on the weeknights. Try and get like more consistent with Bitcraft. So tomorrow night I'll be back doing the same thing, waiting room. Wednesday night, Drew is coming on. We're gonna hang out. We might play some classic WoW. We might play some Bitcraft, but we're always gonna have a really fun conversation. If you enjoy philosophy, theology, spirituality, a little bit of politics, maybe. Just all the things you're not supposed to talk about at work. If you enjoy a lighthearted version of all of that, he really is kind of like a guru of sorts. At least yeah, he's a guru. He's He hasn't assumed his final form yet, but he's on his way. He's on his way. So that'll be fun. Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Come hang out. We got a lot to talk about because I didn't have that show last Wednesday since I was going to the guitar show. Then Thursday will be a big stream doing that Uncharted new content all day Thursday. And then Friday night, probably more of that. And depending on how much fun I'm having with it, I might do it over the weekend, or I might do a little change up, you know, and mess around with some other game. I might dip my toes back into Forever. I might do a little WoW. I don't know. I might do some Guild Wars. I might go outside and touch grass. Who knows? But I'm going to leave the weekend open to, you know, no schedule. But we're going to try and at least hit those timings of Monday through Friday in the evening. But like I said, big opening day stream on Thursday. I'll be in the rear with the gear. Man, I really sprained the hell out of my back. Whew. Improper body positioning, twisting, bending with some weight away from my torso. I've done it before. And I once threw my back out just twisting too far with a gallon of milk. Completely decimated me. Like full extension. It wasn't even that heavy. It's just, you know, just twisting in the right angle. It gets you. Especially when you're kind of out of shape. It's a never-ending battle. I've got this thing where, like, as soon as I get into shape, like I spend like a couple months training, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm good, and I start slacking off, and it's like I go from like 4 or 5 days a week exercise to like 2 or 3 to like 1 or 2 to like maybe 0 for a couple weeks, and it's really bad. And we got to get it back together. I got to figure out how to have enough energy for an 11-hour day of work and the gym and a stream. I somehow have to fit that into a regular weekday. Which might mean going to bed earlier and waking up earlier, doing it then, getting it out of the way, because it's so easy to just get home from work and hop on the computer. So easy. Probably the easiest thing ever. Alright, we got 50 more bricks. We got more kiln. God bless these toads for always having lots of passive room. That does it for my pebble supply. I still have some clay and wood, but we're gonna depot our materials and see what else we can get into. For now, I did get the right amount of ash though, completely on accident. So that's cool. Here's my fat bank, one of many. I got a lot of stuff. I'll use it eventually. Yeah, brick pile. I mean, it's all cooking, but yeah, we'll have more. Let's put the rest of this away. This is my other stash. I got tiers 1 through 6. I got farming. I got fishing. I got sailing. I got rares. I got all kinds of stuff. So, how's the farming bucket look? Still have 1600 tier 1 fertilizer. That's crazy. Let's see what Rampart wants. Bangs. I might be able to buy those. Bang. Jackal fur. I do. Okay. Let's pick this card up. We don't need that anymore. We might be able to buy the fangs for cheap. You can get them around for around 600 or less. That's a pretty good deal. Since they sell for a little bit more than 600 a piece. 650. Let's try and find some. There's only one. I need 5. Damn it. I'll buy the one that's here, and then I'll put buy order in for 4 more. At, we'll say, 550 a piece. See if we can do that. We'll leave that there for now. I hope someone sells me some salt. I don't really like mining salt. It's not very good XP. We got some stuff that's complete over here. What do we got? Ooh, we got ingots. T1 ingots. Oh, we dropped some. That's not good. I'll grab it with... No, actually not the goat. He's for big cargo. Take the bird. It's faster anyway. Okay. Go depot these. A healthy supply of those. I'm gonna need a lot more wood. Let's see what we got for tasks. We got bricks. Don't really want to give up my bricks right now. Oh, let's go to swim. Okay, he wants a tarp. Tier 5 tarp. Oh, shit. I didn't want to put all of that in. Let's do... So we need 2 leathers of the previous tier, which we have. Plenty of boar leather in these parts. And he wants 25 salt. We're running out of salt, man. I might actually have to go mine salt. He starts to ask for a lot of it. I hate how it's defaulting to the bird. And then, oh, then he wants 30. So literally all my salt. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mine salt. So the sailing XP needs to flow. Alright, let's make that tarp. Unless he wants blue. I have to plant some more of these blue star bulbs. And we got plenty of the purple ones. It's gonna be a long grind to 60 taming. Some of these. Oops, didn't mean to grab all of them. Just need a little bit, buddy. To restock those soon. She's gonna be eating these plant fibers like crazy, I already know. dough. He wants shit I don't want to give him. I don't even have tier 4 bricks yet. Haven't had a need for them until now. But I'm not too worried. Like I said, I'm not too worried about my construction level right now. Really just need to focus on swimming Alessi. So we'll give him that tarp. The tarp actually sells kind of decent too. We're getting there. I'm so tired right now. Like, my sleep schedule was all messed up as it usually is throughout the weekend, and I think I ended up sleeping like 2 hours this morning before work, maybe an hour and a half. So I'm really tired right now, and I will be yawning, but I will make an effort to make it to 9:30 for the sake of locking in. Yeah, so that's 2100 gold, 3800 XP. We're getting there, man. We almost have 53. That's nice. Purple ones, 3,800 a turn is really nice. Okay, so now we're, Rampart, we can give him a fur. Alright, cool. Just did like 2 rounds of tasks real quick. Stock my fish. So now, there's a couple different things I could do. I could do Heimlich. If you want some fused dough. Take like... Wait a second. Let's do some math. I want to get the exact amount. It's 20 to make 1. So we need 20 times 30, so we need 600 grain. We can do that. Make the dough. I think I have like 70 of these green mushrooms in storage. So we can do that quickly, and then I for sure have 5 sugar. I have a lot of sugar banked up. Experiment. No, that'll use more materials. Let's just do the regular. Yeah. Quick dough craft. Yeah, my Heimlich tasks are still tier 1 because I've been getting all my cooking XP just from cooking, but I'd like to get all my task levels up to being where they should be. Like get Heimlich up to doing tier 5 tasks. It's just, you know, it's barely even, you know, if you're level 55, it's not even worth turning in tier 1 tasks, so. I like cooking, though. I like being able to cook nice buffs. It's one of the things I kind of plan on doing for the group project, is I'd like to do some cooking for the toads. I might even like, I've had this thought, I haven't done it for a while, but now that they've redesigned potion crafting, I might do like crafting speed potions, which are made out of mushrooms. Just kind of go around being like the support character, like feeding people food and potions and stuff. I think that'd be kind of fun. Good for morale, you know? So we have the dough. Let's check the house. I'm pretty sure I have some mushrooms in the house. And the tier 3s might grow near the capital. We got 72 right there. the sugar out of my alchemy box, which is over here, my scholaring box. Oh yeah, look at that, 462 sugars. We got it for sure. Alright. What can we use sugar for now? Rolls, pies, chemical base. Ooh. Yeah, that's where you mix it with the seeds. Alright. It's the old-fashioned way. Alright, so now we're just needing like 28 more mushrooms. Let's see if they grow around here. Versalia. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're right here in the starting zone, the calm forest. Should I put on my gathering set? We only need 28 of these beasts. I like sharing food with friends. And we got 28. That's it. Combine it all together. That wasn't too bad. Let's go talk to Heimlich. Topher's always grinding real hard, so we feed him a little T5 succulent Chinese meal. A choculent Chinese. Alright, Mr. Heimlich, I brought you your wares. He says, thank you. These will keep me going for a while. Perhaps next time you come around, I'll be able to cook something for you. Yeah, right. You'll never cook anything for me, Heimlich, you liar. So it gives us 1100 XP. Unlocks tier 3 cooking tasks. Okay. Nice. What else? We could do the best ingredients again. Why not? He says, hello again. Unfortunately, my stores of ingredients have once again run low. Are you able to help me restock? I'm in need of dough, mushrooms, and star bulbs. Yes, sir. Alright. Might have all of that here. Let's see the shopping list. Find ember grain dough. Luckily I have 5,000 ember grain. What's the recipe on that? Is that also 1 to 20? Dough, please. Oh no, it's 40 makes 1 to 2. Product varied outputs and quantities. So 40 on a conservative estimate. 40 times 40 is 1600. Luckily we have that. So we'll just make that. We can just do things. Let's make his dough. Oh, it's Heimlich. Hey Heimlich, I'm making your dough. Oh, that's gonna make 80. That's fine. I use it for the blue fish sticks anyway. That or feeding it to Alessi. She's eating 4s and 5s right now. Oh, you're biting me, Mac. Stop biting me, Mac. Stop biting me, Mac. First she's sweet, then she's spicy. Alright, it's not getting too dark in here. I still got a little bit of sunlight out there. A little bit of neon light coming off the windows. Got my neon signs in the window. I got like half of them running right now. I have 4 signs, and like sometimes they're all running, sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So let's see. We've done the teak. And let's re-roll that. Chestnut chopper. We can do that. Alright, back to Bitcraft here. We're still making that dough. Fine mushrooms. I know I have the fine star bulbs. It might be my last 30. I should probably plant some more of those. But fine mushroom, I think I might also be able to find nearby. The blue ones. The indigo milk cap. You know, let me consult my table. Mushroom, tier 4. Pine forest, autumn forest. It has an asterisk on it though. Maybe that means rare. Mushroom. I thought it was in Rocky Garden, right? No, they have T3 mushroom. Tier 4. Yeah, it really says autumn forest and pine forest. We're not going to go up to the pine forest if we don't have to. But it's not in the calm forest. Calm forest does have a lot of mushroom. It has 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. There's no mushrooms in the breezy. So yeah, we'll go looking in the autumn forest for those mushrooms. But I should try and, because I think I'm low on star bulbs, I should plant some of those if I have the fertilizer. Getting fertilizer is always a pain, and I go through it so fast. But for that, blueberries, I'd have to go down to the breezy grassland. That's where you got the hidden jutsu, you got the ox, you got the blueberries. Those are the 3 reasons I go down there. Oh, excuse me. I'm just trying to loosen up my back. Oh, man. Of all the things I could do, it's like I can do somersaults and jumping jacks and shitty parkour, and all those things don't tweak my back, but you lift one little thing the wrong way. It's always the dumb stuff. I like to say I can still do what I used to do, it just hurts more. Look at my star bulb stash, because I did just feed some to Alessi. Yeah, we're down to exactly 30, so we should see if we can plant some more blue bulb to replenish that. We got no blue fertilizer. Ouch. Well, Alessi's not going to be pleased. try and find those mushrooms though before we take a jaunt for blueberries. We still have the, yeah, we still have the leathers on. Let's see what we got. I don't have time for you, Jackal. I'm looking for mushrooms. We're just cranking on this road, little bird. Come on, milk caps. We got scrofas. We got scrophadies. This isn't boding well. We got the morning glories here. I should get into making potions for Alessi if I was really try hard about getting taming XP. Come on. I'd really prefer to not cross the river unless I see a heading for a mushroom. And I bet they're not cheap. Man. My spreadsheet's not coming through. I always check these. This one's looted because I want to get the 100 batteries to increase my teleport energy. A little long-term goal. Yeah, this sucks. Blue mushrooms, man. I feel like I got them in the Rocky Garden, but we might have to table this for a little bit. I would like to go get some fertilizer though, but for now, let's see how much they cost. We got 5s and 1s. We got berserker mushroom. Dang it. Yeah, it's the Discord. Up with on that. I think I have a pile for dough in here, don't I? Yeah, I do. See, look at that. I actually had 390 in here. So that's taken care of. Let's see what they say. Yeah, they said Rocky Garden. Well, make a couple trips then. I don't have a whole lot of time. So maybe I just do the fertilizer run right now. I'll do the fertilizer run and that'll probably be enough for tonight. I can do the Rocky Garden run later. So we're gonna go to grass. blueberries. Okay, blueberries. T4. Be nice if the compendium told you like what zones, maybe not all the zones, but like what zones you have gathered them in. That'd be kind of nice. Blueberry bush. Right here. And we're off. Breezy, we can use the bird. There's not a lot of terrain out here. Might as well get an inventory. See how quickly we can do that with the 60 foraging. Might as well. I really like the breezy grassland. It looks nice and it's really easy to farm. So peaceful, just harvesting blueberries in the fields. I gotta come back here for some ox hunting sometime. But probably not until after the seasonal event. Since hunting's my lowest profession. You make some good money off of leather too. And I don't think I need any right now for upgrade. Yeah, I'm all 5 or 7. Shit, where I put that water bottle? I could have swore I brought my water bottle over here. What are you doing, Mac? Like, I don't know. Well, shit. kinds of blueberries right here. I don't have a lot of health. I kind of remember in Early Access 1, some of the mid-range berry bushes had like thousands. Now they're a quick chop. Now they're a quick chop. So, like I was saying, like, plan is, I'm just, you know, getting some fertilizer now, but got a bunch of bricks for the storehouse tonight, did a whole bunch of tasks, got Heimlich leveled up a little bit. We're going to replenish the star bulbs, going for those best ingredients, tier 3. Next time, I'll hop over to the Rocky Garden and go mushroom gathering. And I might get extra so that I can sell some on the market, since there's none for sale. You know, I might as well get a whole inventory, right? Now it's getting a little dark in here. I got my neon light, but like, we went from sunlight to just lurking. I could put the lamp on. I could put the lamp on. How does that look? There we go. Not that it really matters, but looks a little weird when I'm lurking and it's not even like, you know, a late night Friday night. We do a little bit of lurk on the weekend, but can't be doing that on a Monday night. That'd be uncouth. And we're all about the couth. We don't want the couth, but we'll take the couth. We're just moving right along. Get my smithing rewards there. Huh. Sell all of these. And we gotta do a little bit of combat. Yeah, sure. One invitation. Oh, it expired. We'll fight wolves, why not? Alright. Blueberries. Question is, will I get a whole inventory before it's time for me to turn into a pumpkin, which will be 9:30? Maybe. There is a lot of blueberries out here. And I do have a bird. Next blueberry. Got 3 in a row right here. Some fireweed right here. Tier 6 flowers. Don't really have a use for tier 6 flowers yet. This music's very chill, but I think it's definitely adding to my fatigue. It's telling me that it's bedtime. But I'll give it another 20 minutes. Oh, who could be ringing me now? Alright. Sorry, I got a little distracted by a texting message. If I fill this inventory before 9:30, I'm going to slap it on the farming table and call it good right there. That is the goal right now. Ooh, I see you hiding over there, you little scoundrel. You ain't pulling a fast one over on me. These trees look cool, the windswept ones. Up there. Alright, we've passed the midpoint on the inventory of Barry. Alright, got a little distracted. Get back on point here. Back to work. We hit the mother lode over here. Final countdown. I'd love to play something else off stream tonight, like Guild Wars or something, but I am just absolutely cashed out. I need to be going to bed earlier anyway. What else can you do with blueberries? Like make pie or jam or something? What do you got? Stamina potion. Alright, alright. I'm listening. Active stamina regeneration. Oh, it's only for 10 seconds. You get a burst of stamina for 10 seconds. I don't know what the use case is for that. Other than like super sweaty, you know, max speed production. But like the energy already goes up pretty fast if you have appropriate food. So again, I don't really see what the point is of that only 10-second burst of energy. It's only like 10, which is like a food buff. I might hit one of these just to get it in the Pokédex. There we go. Yeah, get the recipes. These pots are tapped. Oops. Yeah, this wasn't too bad. I'm like 20 minutes deep on this this run. And if I didn't get distracted, I could have been done by now. Five more inventory slots. Yeah, we'll get it in less duration than one food buff. That's pretty nice to be able to get a whole inventory inside of one food buff. Okay. We almost there. Maybe one or two more bush. Oh, got a little itch. Alright, that's enough berries. We'll put this bird away. Yeah, we'll drop those berries, that's fine. And we're teleporting home. Mission accomplished. I'm just gonna throw these bad biddies on the farming table. What do we got here? I got stuff on the farming table, so let me get my wagon out. Damn, 30,000 effort. And that's gonna make how much? 575 fertilizer. Okay. Alright. Put away my toys. Oh look, that's funny. I was actually going to get more fertilizer and I actually have the star bulbs right here. So that's good. That was what I was going to get the fertilizer for. So it brings it back up to 500. Got some more dough here, that's good. Yeah. I'm happy with the progress. And we'll do mushrooms tomorrow for Heimlich. I also, just for funsies, I'm going to grab my bricks out of the oven. So I can see my brick pile. Just see it be bigger. See the number go up. Past the bank. Alright, that looks pretty good. Did someone chop my trees is the question. Someone did. So we'll put the bricks away. 205 bricks out of, we need 300 I think. 15 times, well no, 15 times 10. It's actually only 150. Alright. So we might be good on green bricks now. Firewood. We might turn these into planks. Oh. Get that wagon out. I'm just gonna cycle the tables. I'm not actually gonna do it. Go like this. And we go like this. 38,000 effort just to strip it. That's crazy. How many is that? Get 452 stripped, which gives us like 200 planks. It's not the worst. Okay, well that concludes the Monday night stream. I'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for now, I need to get some rest. So, I'll catch y'all later.